Live with Dragon. Trying a new setup. Hello and welcome back to the channel. New tripod action. We've got a microphone. I'm upgrading technology. I'm doing big things. Okay. The Ferrari is in the driveway. The Porsche's in the shop. So we're trying new things. Topic of today's conversation is going to be a continuation of the BPC 157 and TB 500 and also GH. Basically supplementation in general as it applies to herniated disc. Hopefully from a camera angle standpoint, we're looking good. I don't know. We'll test the waters. So just to recap, I have tried both peptides, TB 500, BPC 157. I tried them for roughly 2 to 3, maybe at most 4 weeks. And to be honest with you, maybe because it was such early stages of the injury, I didn't see a whole lot of results. So all peptides were found on Amino Asylum. They've got a really great list of those types of supplements, and they can be delivered within about a week's worth of time. Are they expensive? Moderately. So if you're looking to continue a protocol of that nature, it's definitely going to run you up. I think those compounds are more specific to ligaments and soft tissue damage, whereas obviously a back herniation is more disc and structural. So bang for your buck. I don't know if you're actually going to get that much out of it. I think it's worth trying. Where I think though, and this hasn't been really outlined rather for various different channels that I follow, but supplementation regarding something, for example, like growth hormone. What are the benefits of growth hormone? Accelerated recovery systemically. Obviously, there's some caveats to that, but one of the other byproducts of that is excellent sleep. Anybody who knows what they're going through in terms of a disc herniation knows that sleep is impacted greatly, not only from a pain standpoint, but also it's impossible to get comfortable. Week 1 till week 3, I was sleeping on the floor. And I was sleeping on my belly with my hands in a prone position and probably like 4 pillows stacked up to keep me in extension even when I was sleeping. Not exactly the most advantageous position to take a nice restful nights of sleep. So if there's compounds and stacks that you can support that sleep duration being as long as it possibly could, while you're sleeping, your body is in repair. So that's where I think, in terms of supplements, maybe like a GH would be a better option to invest money in. Is it more expensive than a TB500 and a TBC? Probably. Yeah, probably a lot more expensive. But is it worth it? I think so from a recovery standpoint. This is obviously advice, and I'm not recommending anything that they don't feel comfortable with. Another thing that we can consider, and I see this a lot, and I think it applies to motivation too, more so for men than it does the ladies, but is motivation and getting back to the gym, right? And where are hormone levels at? So if you haven't had a blood test in some time, and most medical doctors don't really prescribe blood tests that have testosterone panels included in them, but there could be a situation where you're undertrained, you're fatigued, you're soft, you're weak, and your testosterone is very low. For males, that could be anywhere from 200 and below. But high-end ranges, we're thinking about like 800 to 1,000. So I'm trying to get people to start thinking outside of the box as it pertains to their own recovery. If we can get those testosterone ranges back up to the higher end of the threshold, that's going to provide more motivation. And it's also just feels good to get your ass up and moving. It's a good word to describe it. It is similar to, let's equate it to maybe playing sports. You play sports, you score a goal, you feel that surge, that rush, that like motivational, I want more of this feeling. I kind of attribute it the same thing to having a high testosterone level. I've had my blood work done. I know that it's in the higher end range of the spectrum. And when I train, I know that through the process of training, it's something that feels good. I think that if my testosterone was crashed out at sub 200, wouldn't feel good training. I'd feel tired. I'd feel lethargic. I would probably be binge watching, Netflix, things of that nature. Whereas I want to go to the gym. I am motivated by moving my body through different planes of motion. So I'm trying to get you, the audience, to start thinking outside of the box. Don't keep swallowing the same stuff that maybe medical professionals are trying to portray to you. I think that, again, I've said this a million times, but having a plan of action to getting back to optimal levels of everything in life is going to have a direct impact on how your back is working as well. So without going too far down the rabbit hole to cover, it is hot out here, by the way. Good Lord. Humid Florida. Sweaty. I guess step-by-step process for those of you in potential pain is, number one, speak with a medical professional to get blood work done. If you want to circumnavigate the medical process, there are websites, especially in Florida, that work with different lab corporations. LabCorp is one, not the website. That's one of the places you can get your blood work done. Quest Diagnostics is another place to get your blood work drawn. And then again, there's websites that you can go to that you can request different hormone panels that are very affordable, between, let's say, $50 to $150 at the low end. Could be as high as $300, depending how in-depth you want to go. It's very easy to read. There's the green. If you're in the green, you're good to go. If you're in the red, hey, this is an alarming thing. You need to get looked at. And obviously, you can still take that blood work to your medical professional if you still want like a second opinion and advice. 2, if we're talking about supplementation, in terms of peptides, would I recommend TB500 and the other one? Maybe not. Would I recommend something like a GH for the recovery purposes and the physiological effects that it also has in conjunction with testosterone? Absolutely. I think that is going to get you to peak physical prowess, and that will obviously have an everlasting effect on your fitness as well. Now, I don't want it to be misconstrued here. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not telling anybody to go out and do these things. I'm just telling you, as one man who has battled these issues for the last 10 years and come out on top, what I've done to heal fast. Now, if you've been following, 20 weeks, okay, 20 weeks is what it got me to be able to train again. Some people have been doing this for years. Why am I healing in 4 months, 5 months, 4 or 5 months, really? Is because I'm structured. I eat the same way. I try to sleep the best as I possibly can with my newborn, trying to deter that, but that's okay. And I use a supplementation regimen that helps me hit those goals. I hope you guys have found this useful. Again, I always want to get in the conversation in the comment section. I think the last video was a good idea in terms of like the mobility side and legs. I'm looking to go back to the facility. Tomorrow is my off day. I'll be doing cardio and mobility, but looking to train again by Friday. So maybe we'll sprinkle in a upper body push pull type of situation. I'm trying to be more full body based these days, but I want to bring in this microphone. I want to talk you through the exercises. I want it to be a little bit more inclusive. So that's that. Dragon House.